And ladies and gentlemen, it's Chaos back with you. I'm casting another set here of the IPL. We have sorry, we have MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chaos, and happy to bring you another round of the IPL. We have White Raw versus MMA. The map is Shakuris Plateau. Spawning in the bottom right is the Red Terran MMA. And spawning in the bottom left is the blue Protoss White Raw. Now, White Raw's coming off the destruction of Idra, where he lost the first game of the set and came back 2 games in a row. Incredible set of tactics, motherships, warp prisms, sniping attacks, Dark Templar, Archon into a warp vortex to destroy a ton of broodlords. Just so many creative plays there. He stayed true to his special tactics. Now, MMA is no joke. He's one of the top Terrans out of Korea. So this is definitely going to be a test. Any Terran match is usually a test for a Protoss or a Zerg. Terran definitely have the majority of the wins right now. If you look at the GSL player pool, almost entirely Terrans, a couple Zerg, and 1 or 2 Protoss at this point. So Terran are so strong. But that's not to say White Raw should be necessarily counted out of this one. White Raw definitely being pretty prolific in his use of new tactics, and I like how White Raw in his previous games got that Warp Prism speed really early. Normally you see players try to get like range for their Colossus first. No, he opted just to get the speed for the Warp Prism, and he was able to harass just so much. In this opening, it doesn't look like White Raw is going to do a Forge Fast Expand, which is a pretty common opening on this map. So he's doing something a little bit safer, maybe just a 1-gate expand with some sentry backing. It's hard to say at this point. Cybernetics core about halfway done at this point, so we'll have a pretty good sense pretty soon what he's going to be up to. He hasn't taken his second gas yet, so I don't know if we're just talking about like a 4-gate play or not. Usually that gas timing is pretty indicative of what the player is going to do. It looks like MMA though gearing up for some kind of bio push. Concussive Shell about halfway done, and he started Marauder production, so he might be going for a timing attack here. White Raw is moving some units across the map here, and the second that Concussive Shell finishes, this Zealot will be as good as dead. He does have the tower under his control, so temporarily White Raw has vision and can really keep an eye on what MMA decides to do. And wow, White Raw going for a very early robotics bay. So you might be vying to get a quick Immortal, or you might be deciding to get maybe a quick Warp Prism again. It's a little unusual to see 1-gate Robo, and then he's going to back it with 2 more gateways behind it. And I'm just curious to see how this build's going to turn out. And MMA is opting to get an expansion. MMA could be in a little bit of trouble here if White Raw deflects this attack. White Raw might have a lot of trouble holding this though. He only has a Stalker and maybe a 1 Zealot on the map here. And he's going to need some brilliant micro here. And if he loses that pylon, he's going to be completely shut down. And bunker on the way. I don't know if that's the white decision. Oh my god. And if that pylon goes down, he's going to lose all his production. And more units are coming in, and he was able to deny that bunker going down and kept the pylon alive. So the pylon might get sniped here. And the production facilities have been taken out. He's been able to defend this though, so White Raw's going to be in good shape. And he's going to be in a pretty good position to do a counterattack because he does have that Warp Prism. But great defend by White Raw and forcing a bunker to go down right away. But if White Raw just warps into the back of the base, he's going to be in a good position here. But I think MMA has already spotted the Warp Prism, so it might go down right away. And wow. White Raw spotted out already. And a whole bunch of Zealots are warping in. And he's dropping right in the mineral line with the Zealots are in there ravaging all the workers. And wow, White Raw is starting to do a lot of damage with all these Zealots. And the Warp Prism still stays alive as well. And MMA forced to pull away all of those SCVs. His production is just garbage right now. And Stalker Backbone coming in as well. MMA is taking huge damage. I think MMA is pretty close to being done here. So much economy has been lost. MMA is doing a good job of trying to keep his units alive, but I just don't know how he's going to rebound from this. There's just so much damage is being done. And the Warp Prism has been taken out at this point. And even if just a couple more SCVs could be taken out, White Raw did huge damage. And MMA is down to 8 SCVs to 28 Harvesters for White Raw. White Raw was able to expand behind all this harass. And great play. And another Warp Prism, ironically, on the way. So this pressure is not going to hold up anytime. And wow, we might have a dropped game here. These games are being casted live right now, so I'm kind of at the mercy of the stream here. And this is not looking good. This game might get dropped here. Once again, I do apologize. It looks like this game might be dropped, so this whole replay might be a little bit of a joke at this point. Oh, thank God it wasn't the actual user watching this game. So the battle continues here, and this Warp Prism is heading out, and the one Marine does see it. And the drop is heading in. This one looks like it's being a little bit more botched, but damage is still being done, and Marines are skyrocketing in. But those 8 SCVs that he had are being carved up as we speak. And White Raw is still harassing away with all of these Zealots. And just having like so much pressure. Immortal is on the way for White Raw, so he's starting to get some tech behind him, all this aggression, and really keeping MMA tied down to just his natural expansion. And we have 29 workers have been taken out. White Raw has just done so much damage. I think he just needs to mass up here and just do one good focus attack. Not let MMA get back into this game. And we have a Twilight Council on the way. And the drops just keep on happening here. White Raw being so annoying with these Zealots. And Mules and SCVs are just being taken out. And MMA must be getting incredibly frustrated here. He's doing a good job cleaning up the drops, but the damage is just happening so much. And he's not focusing down that Warp Prism, so I guess he's undervaluing how much damage it's really doing. And it looks like he might start trying to harass this natural too, because that's where most of his production is left. So the main is pretty cleaned out, and I wouldn't be surprised to see White Raw move a Warp Prism into the natural there and just shut it right down. White Raw does need to make sure he gets some units back at home, though. And he is expanding a couple more gates there, and charge is on the way, so these Zealots are going to be devastating. Oh my god, we're going to have an Immortal drop! I haven't seen this move since beta, to be honest with you. This is going to be so strong. These Immortal are beasts. Stim has finished. So he has a little bit of medevac support here. Oh my god, he might lose the Warp Prism though with all the Immortals. But he manages to keep the Immortals alive though. I don't know if White Raw traded effectively there, but he's just so far ahead. Charge just about to wrap up though. And White Raw is gearing up for a strong push. Look at all of those Zealots coming up, and the bunker defense is pretty pathetic by MMA at this point. He's not expecting a fight right up the front. And it looks like MMA is thinking about doing a drop himself. And the Zealots are moving in, but the counter drop is happening at White Raw's base, but White Raw manages to pull his units right away. Oh my god, White Raw blunders a little bit. And the supply depot doesn't go up. And GG, MMA is down his first game. White Raw taking a crazy victory there. Manages to hold the early game pressure and then show some real special tactics there. And I'm just excited to see another game from White Raw. He's been so